Well, it's getting more dangerous. A massive lobster pound in Nova Scotia burned to the ground on Saturday following a suspicious fire. All this as the government is calling an emergency debate on the feud between the Mi'kmaq lobster fishers and the non-Indigenous commercial fishers. It's all over the right of Indigenous fishers to earn a, quote, moderate livelihood. That's a right protected in the 1999 Supreme Court Marshall decision. Now the RCMP are sending more officers. Is that what the community really wants? Let's find out. Joining me now is the Sipekne'katik chief, Mike Sack. Chief Sack, always good to have you back on the program. The government says they're going to have more RCMP officers. They're sending them in now. Is that what your community wants?
Yeah, it's a mix, I guess. We definitely want that safety on the ground for our people, but it goes deeper than that. We also, there needs to be safety on the water and protection on the water. Charges, I think lots of charges still need to be laid just to ensure, no more actions being taken against anyone.
You have said you'd rather have the military there. Tell me about that. Would you rather have the military or more RCMP officers? For
us, it was just a matter of numbers, and they had close to 400 people at one spot, and there was 12 RCMP officers. I was calling on the military. If the RCMP didn't have the resources, then maybe they should reach out, who might have the resources, right?
There's an emergency debate in Parliament tonight. The Oceans and Fisheries Minister, Bernadette Jordan, by the way, she's going to join us in a minute. Do you think what do you hope this debate, if anything, will accomplish?
I hope it helps push our progress along. Our goal here is to find that moderate livelihood and to establish our own fishery. So I'm hoping that there's pressure on them to keep our talks going and move as quick as we can.
If you were in front of Minister Jordan right now, and I will be in a minute, what question would you have for her?
I'm not sure really what to ask her. We have a pretty good dialogue with her, and I would just think my question is like, how soon can we get this done? And the sooner we get that done, the quicker we could fill in all the commercial fishermen, and they can understand our plan. It's not a big drawn-out plan like they think. It's very, very modest.
Well, a lot of this is based around defining that moderate livelihood that the Supreme Court talked about in 1999. There was obviously another 4 months later. They talked about conservation elements. It's been 21 years. Who do you think should determine the definition of, quote, moderate livelihood?
That's something we're working on defining ourselves. I'm not sure how to go over with everyone, but we're not leaving it up for anyone else to define that for us. We have a big team of legal and consultation, and we're working hard at it, daily.
Okay, this is, Chief, I think you've said something really important. You're saying that it should be up to the Mi'kmaq to determine how to define what is a moderate livelihood. Is that it? Not for a third party, not for the government. Is that right?
Yeah, that's something we're going to define ourselves, right? We, the treaties between both of us, they haven't been upholding it like they should. So if they're not capable of doing that, we'll get it defined ourselves.
Chief Sack, the Premier of Nova Scotia, McNeil, proposed a 3-person panel, including someone elected to represent First Nations fishers, someone to represent commercial fishermen to help facilitate a solution. Would you take part in that process?
No, the commercial fishermen don't have any input on our right to self-govern ourselves, nor do they have a right to define our moderate livelihood. I'm more than willing to meet with them. I might be meeting with one tomorrow to help them understand our plan, but they have no place at the table for our treaty rights.
Okay, that's interesting. So it's nation to nation, basically, not commercial fishers. You're saying no place there for you.
No place at all. In my mind, Minister Jordan represents them. She does a good job at that. And their nation is Canada. Our nation is Mi'kmaq, so we'll deal with it that way.
Chief, let's turn to your personal situation. Someone has been charged for assaulting you. Is that a step in the right direction? And do you think there should be more charges, as you said earlier in our chat?
Yeah, no, I think it's a great step forward. People need to be held accountable for their actions. I wouldn't want to see anyone be in trouble, but at the same time, it's escalating so quick. I wouldn't want anyone to be hurt or lives lost. So I think the more charges, the better right now.
Chief, just before I let you go, can you give us a sense, is it dangerous now on the ground? Like, is there a fair bit of tension? Are you worried about what's going to happen now? Or are things cooling down?
No, right now it's cool, but every time it gets cool for a couple of days, it seems like something happened. There's quite a bit of RCMP around, which is great. A lot of people are taking to the media and stuff, and we get a lot of messages. There's threats and stuff, text. Very unfortunate, but there's a big impact on the whole community, the surrounding community, which is very unfortunate as well. It's tensions down there. Everyone can feel it, right? And we have the commercial season starting in that area in a 3 weeks time, so that's going to make it worse again.
I just want people to appreciate when you say your community members and yourself, you're getting threats. Just give us a sense. Are you getting violent threats, racist threats? What is it?
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Like on a daily basis, I get emails from fake accounts, messages through social media, text messages. It's it's unfortunate. It's 2020. We all live together. We all bleed red. It's people need to accept people, and it's just sad, I guess.
It's sad. It's the understatement of the day. It's sad. It's tragic. It's not right. Chief, I appreciate that. Chief Sack, thanks for joining us as always. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, and say hi to Minister Jordan for me.